Hey guys, it's Chris with City Your Homestead. So, we're still doing frugal meals, and I had an idea of you can buy something once and use it more than that, or make something and use it more than that, so that we can actually spread it out over a long period of time and make several meals. So today, I stopped by Sam's, and it cost $4.98, and I bought a rotisserie chicken. Now, he brought me out a really nice big one, which was, I'm grateful for that. He goes, you got a really nice one. And I said, thank you. So, what I'm going to do is bring you down here. We're going to open up that chicken. I love rotisserie chicken, and so do most people, you know what I mean? So this is a good way to start. So, I'm going to take this chicken apart piece by piece. And I'm going to take off every bit of meat that I can possibly take off of it. I had to let it cool down for a little bit. It's still a little bit warm, but not too bad. And we're going to get all of that taken off. Now, even if you don't can, even if you just, do freezer or, even dehydrator, anything like that. What you want to do, I'm not making it today because I plan on using more chickens later down the road. I'm going to put every one of those bones inside a baggie, and you can freeze those bones so that you can use them at a different time. So you don't have to, use it all up today or whatever. It's got a lot of bone in it. I know deboning sucks, but this is a way to make it last a lot longer. And I'm not throwing away the skin yet. If I decide to do that, then I can always pull it out. But make sure we take off all that meat off every bone. And I think that it being a rotisserie chicken actually really adds to the flavor of the chicken, which will make any meal you decide to make with it really, really good. Alright, so let me get this whole thing deboned, and then I'll be back. So it's all off the bone. That's quite a bit of meat, actually. And then what I did is I put all the bones into that gallon bag, and then I used the juice that came in the container and poured it in there. So it's going to freeze with that beautiful juice that comes in the bottom of your chicken. Now I'm going to open up another gallon bag. And I did save the little tiny wishbone out of it. My grandma used to make sure one of us kids always got the wishbone for Christmas. When we were doing the turkey or whatever. And us kids were so excited whoever got it. You know what I mean? So, now all I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up all that chicken into smaller pieces. Now, if you want to shred it, you can do that too. But I like the little chunks in it, so this is how I'm going to do mine. And I did put that extra skin and stuff inside that bag, because when you're boiling it down for broth, it will add flavor to that broth as well. And then when I get enough carcasses, because I like to can mine, when I get enough carcasses, then I will actually can all my broth. And of course, you guys have seen me do that before, but I'll bring you along. There's another big piece I could put in there too. Because anything like that makes your broth richer, more flavorful. And it gives it a little bit of a darker, color to it, which is really pretty. I have some broth, but it's really, really light. And it doesn't look as appetizing as the beautiful, bright, darkened broth. You know what I mean? It just looks so much more beautiful. So I'm going to get that all cut up, and then I'll be back. Alright, so now I have it all diced up. And what I do when I put it in the bag is I put all the chicken in there and then I kind of shake it up so that the white and the dark meat gets kind of mixed in. Me and Tom are not much on the dark meat, but we love the breast. So when I mix it together like that, you really can't tell much. So my goal is to make 2 meals out of this bag of chicken. So that would be $2.50 per meal for meat. So I'll be back when it's supper time. In the meantime, I'll put this in the fridge, that in the freezer, and then I'll be back at dinner. So I thought I'd bring you back for a minute just to do the prep since I have the cutting boards and everything out. I did a cucumber and tomato with what I had left of Italian dressing, made a salad for tonight. We're also going to need sliced tomatoes. I'm not going to put them real thick, but I don't want them as thin as I just did that one. I figured might as well just get all the prepping done now since I'm already out here and get it done. I got some tomatoes today from Sam's, and boy, I didn't realize they gave you so many tomatoes in a package. So we've got a lot of tomatoes. All right. So we've got the sliced tomatoes that we need. Let's wipe this off a little bit. It's not going to kill anybody. It's all vegetables. Now I'm going to need some celery. So I'm just going to chop that up as thin as I can get it. Not sure that I'll need this much, but that's all right. I've got frozen celery that I've done up, but I really don't want it in something fresh that I'm going to make. It's more like for soups and stuff like that I'd use that in. Because if I have a lot of celery left or something, so it doesn't go to waste, I chop it up and I put it in a bag and I put it in the freezer so that I have it for the future. For if I want to just throw it in a soup or, you know, some kind of casserole or whatever it happens to be. Then I didn't let anything go to waste. But when you do that, it doesn't stay as firm. So, yeah. It's basically for soups or anything. And then I'm going to dice me up an onion. These onions that I got last time from Sam's, they're huge. So you only need about a half of one every time you do anything. By now, have you guessed what we're having for dinner? Well, you would have guessed by the title. I always forget about that, but just from the things that I'm doing. All right. So we got that onion diced up. We'll put all this in the refrigerator till it's time for supper. And then we'll put everything together. All right, so Tom's on his way home. It was a long ride home because a piece keeps falling off Courtney's car. And they had to drop some stuff off to Courtney's mom today. So, we are going to, in this bowl, put not quite half of that chicken. Maybe half. And then we're going to add to that some onion, which it doesn't call for that in the recipe, but I think it is good for onion. And we're going to use that celery that we chopped up earlier. And then I'm going to use some sweet relish. Who says sandwiches can't be amazing dinners? And I'm going to use some of my sweet relish in there. And we're going to use a little bit of mustard. Now normally I wouldn't use Swiss cheese, but I was looking through my cheese keeper. I've got 3 packages of Swiss, so we're going to use that tonight. And then we're going to add some mayo to it. Now I don't want this to be real wet. I mean, I do want it to be somewhat wet, but not where, you know what I mean, where it's so, like, I don't know, sloppy, whatever you'd call it. So if I need to add more mayo as I'm going through, I will. Now if you want to add other things to it, you're more than welcome to. Like, I like chicken salad with grapes in it too. But because they're going to be heated up, I didn't want to put my grapes in it. But you could also put nuts in it. Use your favorite chicken salad recipe. Now, don't that look good? I think that looks amazing. Alright, so let's put the top on that. Now I'm going to assemble it a different way than what they say on the recipe that I'm going to post. She does hers in the pan, but Tom is actually not a fan of butter. So I asked him how he wanted me to cook it, and so I'm going to do it the way he wants it. So I'm going to start out with cheese on the bottom. I know, I'm a butter fan. Believe me, he doesn't even have butter on his toast. Weird, right? See how it's kind of wet, but not too overly wet. And I'll get these more filled out. I've got my oven preheating to 425. Don't fall off of there. I mean, we can have a struggle meal that is really filling and healthier, and it'll be very, very filling, actually. And if I have a little bit left, that's okay. I'll have some for my lunch tomorrow. What we've been doing, yeah, see, there's not quite enough there for a full sandwich. So, it's heated up. Now I'm going to put tomato on that. I told Tom I didn't realize the tomatoes, there were so many of them in that package. I might have to slice up tomatoes for him to take to work. He goes, oh, that breaks my heart. He loves tomatoes, so no, it doesn't. Alright, so now I'm going to put cheese over top of that. So that way you're getting cheese on both sides of it, you know what I mean? That gets rid of one package of cheese. And then we're going to put this second top on. I asked him if he wanted an open one. He said no. If you want an open one, just don't put that second piece of bread on. So we're going to put it in the oven on 425 for 8 to 10 minutes. Now what it says to do actually is halfway in between, you want to flip them over. So I set it for 4 minutes, and then I'll flip them to the other side, and then we'll finish them up. Oh, I caught that. So you didn't get to make it to Courtney's mom today, huh? Mm-mm. Just running too far behind. There's tomatoes on that there sandwich.
Yeah. That's good.
I was going to say, with all the bites, I think it's pretty good. I got your cucumber tomato sandwich down there.
I like that. That one didn't quite make my mouth.
I will tell you, like I tell Emmy, we don't have dogs. Emmy, when he was still in his high chair, he would just drop stuff off the thing, and I looked at him and I go, Emmy, we don't have dogs. Because they have 2 dogs, so they'll eat whatever drops on the floor. We don't. But I wanted to let you guys know, on my list of meals, there's been quite a few contributions. We have 27 videos on there. So give it a look. Maybe you can get some ideas. Doesn't mean just because you don't get SNAP or whatever, it's nice to save money and have great meals. So, and this chicken that we bought today for $4.98 is going to do 2 great meals. So, you guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a wonderful night.